Hello, this is Mike from TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayco Redhawk 24B motorhome. Picked a cool little unit here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for this awning. On your off campsite, I want you to think about where your power connection and your water are. Power connection is going to be right in front of your tire there. That'll pull up out of here and leave you plenty of cord. You can also close this and pull that cord down through here. And then your water connections are going to be all the way at the rear of the unit. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, get her parked, we're going to go ahead and hook up our power. Got a big long 30 amp cord here. At the end of that 30 amp, should you need to plug into a 110, there would be a 30 to 15 amp reducer right here that comes with your convenience pack. In case you need to plug into a 110, you put that on the end of that. So we'll plug that in. Once you got your power on, hook up your water. You will hook up at campsites to city water connection. First and foremost, a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting water into the unit because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook up to city water connection, hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. Let's go find your hot water heater. That is located on your campsite, just below this refrigerator access. And all we're doing at this point is making sure that drain plug's back on there. All right, once we got that drain plug in there, we got our hose hooked up to a water pressure regulator. Now we're going to set our knobs. So inside your rear storage here, over to the right, there's going to be our docking knobs. So up top it says 2 and 6 for city fixtures. 2, swing this around to 6. Now we're set up for city. Now we can go ahead and turn that on. Turn that hose on. Then go inside, open up the slide, get in there and open up your water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them, all the air out of the lines, shut them up, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping with this and you want to fill up your fresh water and utilize that. In that case, we'll fill up in the same spot, water pressure regulator same way, make sure hot water heater is plugged the same way. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a two-step process in here. We're going to start with city tank fill. 1 and 6 is where it's at now. Then we'll go ahead and turn that hose on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go inside and we're going to watch the level of the freshwater tank on our panel. Once it's full, as soon as it's full, shut that hose off, remove your hose from up here, and then we're going to switch from city fill tank to normal. 3 and 5. Now we're set to normal. We just go ahead and turn on our water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. The other two settings in here are 1 and 4, which is for country fill or sanitizing your tank. That's where you'll bypass your hot water heater and you'll just siphon in by turning on your hot water or turning on your water pump. You'll siphon in just soapy water to sanitize your tank. Same thing with winterizing and sanitizing here, 2 and 4. And again, make sure you bypass your hot water heater. Alright, we're all set with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around to the rest of the unit. We continue up here on the driver's side. Starting up front here, we've got storage, our low point drain. There's our generator. I'll start that up on the inside here for you shortly. Again, this is where our power cord to come out of. Again, docking station, sewage hose. We'll utilize that when leaving. We'll dump our tanks right here. Here's where you fuel up. Here's where we'll water in again. This is tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping our tanks. And this is a hot and cold shower. Your CH751 Clio, open that up. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Come around to your campsite. We'll mention inside here, here's your main low point drain. The one on the other side is for your fresh water. There's a light in here. You can turn that on one way or set it to motion the other way. couple of outdoor speakers out here, a vent for your cooktop, access to the back of your fridge, again your hot water heater, more storage. This is a flue for your furnace. Couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. That does get hot. As a bonus, if you're in cold weather and you're sitting out here underneath your awning, that will kick some heat out. Again, up here is where your propane will fill. And inside, take a look in there. All right, so coming up inside the unit, be patient for your step to come out. Your house batteries are stored in here. It's for all your housing lights. Over here is your main power step, speaker indoor and outdoor, your awning. Show you real quick on your awning. You're only going to want to run that awning out until your flap comes down and you can see your bar. Don't run it out past that point. It will run itself, continue to run itself out, flip backwards onto itself and start to run itself in backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Only run it out as far as you need to. To the right of that, it's going to be our 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now, the reason I mentioned that's 12 volts, always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, boondocking somewhere, remember that this is always running off your battery. I'm going to finish bringing your awning in. There's not your interior, exterior speakers, there's your exterior light. The main lighting for your kitchen is here. Accent lighting here. I'll crank that on. I'll come up and show you your control panel. So up top here, we'll start your generator. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and extend to open up your slide. You notice that the bed is folded. That bed must be folded in half in order to bring that slide in. Alright, it slides out. We'll get to that in a moment. I'll go ahead and show you here where you read your tanks. Here's your brand new battery. There's your fresh black and gray tanks. That fresh button is what I said to hold down when filling your potable water. Here's your tank heaters. That is a 12-volt pad that's on your tanks to keep them warm from freezing if you're in inclement weather. Here's where you turn on your water pump for using that fresh water. Here's where you turn on your water heater for gas, your water heater for electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Continuing inside, we've got a pop-up power port here. USBs, 110. Your glass top here on your cooktop makes a nice backsplash. Flip up your panel light, turn this to light. And that's how you light all of your up here. Just shut your gas off out there. But same thing on your oven. If you rock this panel light down, you get an oven light. But turn that to the flame. Light it here. No need to get in there and light the pilot light. It'll light it from there. And then just turn it to your desired temperature. Up above that, self-explanatory microwave. There is a manual for this. That is a convection microwave. Turn your fridge on. Right now, it says gas. Change my mode to auto. Auto means when I'm plugged in, it'll show me the plug and I'm running off electricity. As soon as I unplug, it'll show an A with a gas. Or I can switch it just electric or just gas. 1 through 5, 5 being coldest over here. Handles work from here and underneath. Coming into our bathroom, just want to mention, where's my lighting? We have a fan and a light here. You will have to hand crank open your fan or exhaust vent there. When you arrive, put a gallon or two of water into your black tank by flushing a few times. That will help dissolve anything that goes into your black tank. Your black tank will thank you. 110 here. Some plumbing to maintain. Throughout the unit, in your kitchen and your bathroom, keep an eye on the plumbing. It's almost all PEX nowadays, easy to maintain. But if you travel a lot and you're bouncing this down the road, things could wiggle loose, so keep an eye on them. Coming out of the bathroom, again, some storage here for your bedding. And this will flip down to give you your actual bedding. Turn our light in here. You can control this slide from back here as well. You're prepped for a TV with 110 and cable. A hand crank open vent here. No exhaust to it. It's prepped for an exhaust though. You can get one installed on those. Let's crank up the AC. Turn that down. Get the AC going. Show you that they do have a quick dump on these two. Blasting out right here. If you close these, it puts more blast into your central air through the unit. Coming back, we'll shut that air off. Crank up the heat. You hear the heat, there's your return for that. So what I'm going to show you is, I just shut the heat off. Not as quick as the AC. It does take a minute or two for that fan to cycle through before it shuts off. We got a lighting up here that is both a blue light and a reader. You hold it in. Emergency exit window here. Again, making sure that we flip this mattress up before closing the unit. So I'll just go ahead and do that ahead of time. Lots of storage in here. Our television. It is on a swivel. So turn it out from here. I mentioned when you get to the campsite, go into home, run a digital channel scan for all your local channels so you can pick up all the channels where you're at. I think this just picked up 30 or so around here. Get that to come on for you. Right. Turn on this lighting. You do got some extra cushions here. These big ones are to go here when you swing this seating around, and then this big one here is to go on top of this. If you want to make this into another bed, you can put that tabletop down around this lip here. Head off. Bunk area. This flips down, and you have netting that will buckle up on both ends. If you got kids up here, you want to put that netting up. Our smoke alarm is here. Fire extinguisher here. And all your central Ford components. Just check out your owner's manual for everything that has to do with this. Alright, that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. Oh, here is our antenna. Take that all the way to the right to get your stations in. And our smoke alarm is here. Alright, so I like to start by shutting off my main lights. Then I can see all of the accent lighting that I need to walk through and shut off. There's up there. And I think everything is off. Get this accents back there. Figure these out. Need to mention back here in your bedroom is going to be your breaker box to the left, and all your fuses to the right. That'll open up from the bottom. You have a ton of 15s in there. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. All right, now I'll go through the unit. I like to say doors and drawers. Make sure all your doors and drawers are closed. Make sure your vents are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slide. We folded our mattress up. Come over to our control panel and hit retract. As you see, the mattress does need to be closed in order to get that in there. Alright, once we're in, hit all our lights and exit the unit. Shut off that main power button there. Now again, if we are out dry camping, boondocking, we'll come over here and dump that low point drain for the fresh water. If we're at a campsite, you're going to get in here and dump those low point drains. Head on up to the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be right behind your tires, almost to the rear of the unit. Got a 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull this black handle. And that black handle sounds like it's no longer draining, sounds empty. Grab the hose at the dump station, hook it up to this black tank flush, leaving that black handle open, let that black tank flush run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close that black handle. Or when that's done, remove that hose, make sure all that washout you put in there has drained. Then close that black handle and pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaning the waters, your sinks, your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. When that's done, close that gray up. Come over and conveniently and sanitarily store it right in your bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Redhawk for many years to come. Happy camping.